My coworker got fired for getting the PPP loan.
Scamming is not easy.
So have you ever got hit with like some type of fraud or scammy type mess? Like, oh gosh.
No, maybe.
We have seen so many different styles of fraud growing up in our lives. It's on Dr. Phil, celebrities telling you they need money for a plane, even though they have way more money than I will ever have in my lifetime.
Stop giving money to celebrities and influencers on the internet. They don't need it.
Please help. I need the money. I am stuck in Africa. I need a plane out. Send it to this address right here. And then we got like links, card schemers, like identity fraud. And truly, this is more just about the aspects of fraud. Like, this mess is crazy. Like, what do people who are on the customer service side got to deal with this? What do people who just like think about it got to deal with?
For real.
That's what this video is about. It's more about fraud as a concept.
Stop frauding people because it affects a lot of lives in a lot of negative ways.
Isn't it like one of the most expensive crimes in the entire industry? Like, it costs money for lawyers and also everything. Like $1 billion every year.
It does.
Crazy. This is 7 minutes. Oh my gosh.
This is why you look at the time before adding the video.
I should look at the time I had in the video.
Oh well.
Oh well. Give me one side conversation.
So I can't reverse the decision because I've been working on this case for over a month, and we had to do diligent work in regards to trying to find the resolution to this case. Yes, sir. My manager's already aware of the decisions of the case. Right. Anything over 1,500 is a felony. So them reporting it to law enforcement, that is why it was reported. Right, and I can't speak for what law enforcement would be doing. I also wouldn't be able to give you any information because they didn't give me any information. All we do is do the report. So us working with them in regards to this case because of the fraud is something that we have to do. Right, but now that we've made the decision on the case, we can no longer take any money for it because it's already been reported as fraud, and the account that you did the fraud on was not your account because you used someone else's ID and social. No, sir, I would not be able to make a statement on your behalf. Because any statement that I would make would not help you in any shape or form. Right. It wouldn't help you because I worked on your case in regards to the fraud and I denied that fraud. Meaning that you're not getting any funds back. And again, the identity that you used was not yours. So the ID that you used to make this account wasn't even your ID. And that's why law enforcement was involved, as well as how much the case was for. No, sir, it's too late for that now because a case has already been made and I can't override law enforcement. What do you mean, so I can't help you? No, I never said I could. Sir, you can't file an appeal because the case is with law enforcement. We've transferred that over. And again, the information you used to make this account wasn't even your information. That's fraud on top of the fraud funds that you were trying to do here. So it's identity fraud and basically money laundering since you sent money from one account to another account and the account isn't even your name. Give me one moment. He yelling at me, but he the one who made an account in somebody else's name. He's mad that now law enforcement's involved. Oh, you can't speak on my behalf. Why would I do that? And he just keep going on and on, asking the same question. Sir, give me a moment. Let me place you on hold. Because my earrings is hurting my ear. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm the bank. I'm not the feds. While we on this little break, it's Autism Awareness Month. Make sure y'all are aware. A different ability is not a disability. Remember that.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Yes, thank you so much for waiting. I really appreciate it. No, I put you on a hold because you kept asking the same question, and I want to make sure that the information that I provided you was the correct information. No, sir, my manager is not available. I can definitely leave a message for her. But again, she did work with me on this decision. It's too late to give us your real identity because the police are already aware of your real identity. But for us, you won't have a bank account with us because again, you opened it under false pretenses. No, sir. Sir, at this time, I will have to disconnect the call due to you speaking to me the way that you are. I don't have to deal with that, unfortunately, and I've given you a few warnings. I'm not able to reopen the account, and again, your account was opened under false pretenses, under someone else's information. Nope, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the call. You have a great day. You're welcome. I've been gone off of here for like a month and a half. I've been working on this man's case for a month and a half, and I've been stressed the fuck out because not only did he open his account under somebody else's name, he ran up fraud in regards to over $20,000. Okay, and this is in the span of about 2 to 3 months before anybody caught it. It took me a month and a half to work the case, and then police got involved because when we found out that it wasn't even his identity, because when he opened the account he submitted his ID and his social. Turns out it was never his ID and his social. It was a fake ID, fake social. But that's what I've been dealing with. That's where I've been. And he want to yell at me. He look at and cuss me out, but I digress. Positivity, Autism Awareness Month. I'ma chill. Okay? My patience is only for my son. And that's it. But everybody else, walking on thin ice.
How you gonna get mad at the customer support person?
That's how it always is.
Oh yeah, you used to work customer support, didn't you?
Yeah.
Worse.
Always taking the fall and the blame, and then like some of the companies that do the customer support and all of that, they'll be like, well, you can't disconnect the call, just take the abuse. Like, no, I'm not.
Can I not cuss him out too, man? He was cussing. It's a recording line.
I get not cussing people out, but like escalate and disconnect the call because like I don't see how you expect your workers getting paid like $7 an hour take that mess.
Yeah. Just put him on mute at that point. You done?
Exactly. Actually crazy.
Insane. So the feds, they don't have the actor. Well, they have all the information, so they're on you. They know everything. They can't help you out with nothing.
Yeah.
So just give up.
No one is.
Plead guilty and hopefully get some less.
How about talk to a lawyer?
Yeah.
That's it.
For real.
Okay, now this was a requested video, yeah? Let me take the mic off for this one. Trapping and fraud. Now, my follower asked me to talk about does trapping and fraud last for a long time and getting a job, yeah? And first things first, I want to say, get a job. That's the first thing I want to say in this video. Be a normal, contributing member to society. Okay, get a job. Now, the reason I'm saying get a job, the most important thing in this day and age is a line of credit. You cannot do most things in this life without a line of credit. And what are you going to do? Put the money or in your girl's name? Rookie move. Who else are you going to put the money's name in? I mean, the money in their name in. Like, come on, bro. Like, get a job. First things first, yeah? Number two, trapping and fraud does not last. There are some guys I grew up here, olders, and they weren't even really olders. They was like, when I was 13, they would have been 16 or 17, yeah? And these guys were making mooly. I'm talking driving Jaguars at 17. They had all the girls, they had all the clothes, they had all the jewels, everything, bro. I'm talking original money makers for Northwest and West London. If you see them now, you will cry, bro. These guys are in their 20s when they're actually supposed to be in their prime. And they're finished, washed. They look like drunkards. They look like they're on the other stuff. Bro, life was not kind to these people, bro. And all they had was a few teenage years of glory. If you look at the span of your lifetime, 60 to 70 or even 80 years old, God willing, you live till then, yeah? Your teenage years are literally 5% of your life. They're not that important in the grand scheme of things. So to only have glory as a teenager and never for the rest of your life, bro, that's quite sad. So yeah, bro, a lot of trapping and fraudsters, they don't even last long. And furthermore, and I'd like to say secondly, don't let these so-called trappers and fraudsters make you feel bad for having a job or going uni or doing the normal thing. A lot of guys are not even really trappers. They work DPD, they work Tesco, they work warehouse, and they sell their little weed on the side. Ask them, have they ever dealt with a box? Ask them the amount that they're jugging. They're not really trappers, bro. Do you understand? You're just the neighborhood weed man. And even if you are selling the other stuff, it's like, bro, if you sell hard food, yeah, you started the match with a yellow card. If you get bagged, yeah, say goodbye to your freedom for a little piece.
He's so British.
A lot of guys don't have the heart and the bravery to sell the hard stuff, bro. So don't let these guys make you feel a certain way. Moving on to fraudsters. A lot of men are not proper fraudsters. If your if your job doesn't bang more than 3 bags, you're not a fraudster, bro. You are just a digital thief. You know a little bit more about technology than other people. You see what I'm saying? You see, back in the days when my method got tired, there's certain man I would shout, be like, oh, listen, like, boy, my method kind of died out. Still, like, what, can you bring me in? Can you, like, what can we do? Let's work together. Guys are telling me about Revolut. Guys are telling me, basically, let's do refunds. Refunds? Are you taking a piss? You're marketing yourself like you're some big boy F-star and a man's talking to me about refunds. I should flick your nose, bro. You should walk through the streets naked like Cersei Lannister. What kind of foolishness is that? And you call yourself an F-star. Don't let these guys make you feel bad. They're not mashing money like that. Most civilians I know, especially ones I went to school with, that they never did F, they never trapped, bro, they are in marvelous positions right now. They've mortgaged their flat or they're mortgaging a house. They have a car. They've got a beautiful girlfriend. They're living life. All the trappers and the foresters I know growing up, they're finished now, bro. They're all asking for help. They're saying, how do you fill out a CV? You're in your 20s and you're asking how to fill out a CV. Are you mocking it? Brother, get a job. And no, trapping and fraud don't last. So that's just a little video for my follower. And that's my 2 pence on it, yeah? I'm just telling you from what I've seen. So yeah, man. Either go to uni, learn a trade, or just get a job. Please, be a functioning, normal member of society. Like I always say, make civilian life great again.
Truly, so once I said, this is about the concept of scamming. You're going to see a lot of different things here. That is truly like, why commit a crime if you don't really need to?
There's always an honest way to make money.
Yeah. And once you commit a crime for money and you get caught for that, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be keeping watch. All your money is going to be gone. That's evidence now. It's not only your money. If you got money from an actual job, even you get arrested, you can't take that away from you because that's an actual source of income. That's not evidence.
Yeah, it's not worth blowing your whole life up over and never being able to see your family again.
Yeah, no.
Y'all, so if you haven't seen my other videos, I work as a fraud analyst at a bank, and I just don't think my hair is freaking tangled and nappy. I just don't know if it's for me because I be feeling bad for everybody. Like, if you get closed by the bank for fraud, like, it can really like ruin your life. Like, not only can you not open a bank account for almost a decade, it can hinder you from getting good jobs and stuff. Like, it's a huge impact, and it's very inconvenient to be on that list of, people closed by the bank for fraud. So I've been trying to show people grace, right? And these fraudsters, they don't be feeling bad. I had someone who was depositing bad checks, and I felt bad. I'm like, I don't think that he's a fraudster. Something that the director said was, oh, some people are just, they're not actually bad people. They're not actually scammers. They're just looking for alternative financing. They're like going through something. So I'm like, I think that he's just going through something. I feel really bad. Like, I don't want to close his account. Let me just call him and tell him, like, hey, don't do it again, right? The man was so rude and nasty to me. Like, he acted like I did something wrong. Like, he was mad at me for catching him. And he was mad that I confronted him about it. But I'm not confronting you because I'm like, why you did it? Because at the end of the day, like, you ain't scam me or whatever. But I'm actually trying to help you because I feel bad. I don't think that you're a bad person, but you're proving me otherwise. All the man had to do was play stupid, apologize. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. But now, if like somebody were to go back and review your account, if quality were to pull that case that I just did, they probably would be like, you need to close this damn account because this man ain't showing no remorse. I'm just like, I feel so bad for everybody. Like, I'm so soft.
And you can't truly. I say it like I do feel bad for some people sometimes when it commits crime, but then again, you can't. At the same time, it's weird. It's a weird little gray area.
They did it to themselves, but some people, maybe they were desperate, maybe they just weren't thinking, but still, there's always a better way.
Yeah, it sucks.
It also, really does.
Checks suck. Who actually carries checks that aren't like old people? Like, have you ever got we only ever gotten checks from doing money orders. Past that point.
And they all suck. It takes like so long to post.
It does. It's horrible. I hate checks. We got technology now.
For real.
My coworker got fired for getting the PPP loan. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I saw a girl's video saying that she just had her case with the feds regarding getting the PPP loan, like lying on the application, and she got sentenced to 9.5 years. 9.5 years. And I saw other people in the comments saying that they're going through their case. I saw somebody else say that they got sentenced for wire fraud. And these people are not playing. They are not playing, and banks are assisting. They are assisting in the process. As somebody who works in banking, who's worked in multiple different banks, the banks help the IRS. But let me tell you what happened with my coworker. So this is my coworker that turned into a friend. So I had already left the company by the time that she got fired. But ultimately what happened was, this was 2022. The list came out of everybody who had got the PPP loan. She obviously was on that list. And she ended up in HR. Clearly the bank was looking at the list. Not my current job, y'all. Again, this is a company that I left. So don't call them people again, please. But she ended up in a meeting with HR. They asked her like, oh, you were on this list, you have a business. And basically there was a date that your business had to be established to qualify for the PPP loan. And a lot of people created LLCs after that date. And that's how they know if your application was fraudulent. And so they told her like, I don't think that you qualified for this PPP loan based on when you established your business or whatever. But she didn't admit to anything. And her business was selling handmade jewelry, right? So the reason why they were able to fire her is because if you've ever worked for a bank, a financial institution, a brokerage, you have to disclose all outside business activities. It's regulatory. You have to sign off that you will disclose anything, any second job, any second source of income. If you're a part of the board of directors for any type of company, nonprofit, sometimes even volunteer work, you have to disclose it so that the bank can make sure it's not a conflict of interest. So basically they fired her because they said that her not disclosing that she had a business was violating company policy, because she should have told them. And I'm sure y'all are going to say, well, she should have told them that, she stopped the business when she started working. I guess whenever she established it, she had already started working there. So like the dates just didn't line up. But yeah, they fired her and said that it was because she didn't disclose that she had a business. But if she had disclosed that she had a business, it wouldn't have been a conflict of interest for her to sell handmade jewelry. They fired her because of that PPP loan. And that was just their excuse. So be careful, y'all. They are coming.
And then that explains like, well, how they catch everybody with these PPP loans? People who made businesses when they heard the PPP loan was coming out.
Exactly.
Dang, man. Could have made a business when when I was growing up, just like at high school, mid business. Well, again, I can't see the future of a disease. Also, do you gotta pay that back in general, or this is just like, yeah?
I don't think so.
Dang.
But yeah, stop committing fraud.
For real. This is funny.
It really is.
It could take your job. And the only reason that she got PPP loan stuff is she works at a bank and she got a loan based thing for something that she knows she's not supposed to have yet.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
She should know how this works too.
For real. Gotta disclose your business.
Actually insane.
Scamming is not easy. Scamming is not easy, and it makes me angry. But it's not for the reasons you think. It's because the people in this lifestyle make it seem like getting this easy money, we're out of the system, we're getting it quick and fast in a hurry. And then you try to get into the lifestyle, and they start teaching. And they start saying, you gotta remember this, take notes. And I'm like, I thought we're not in the system. The whole point of me choosing this lifestyle is so I don't have to study or do none of this hard work. If I gotta work this hard, I could have just been legal. It's like doing things the right way for the wrong things. It doesn't make sense to me. If I gotta work this hard to remember this much information, I could do a legal business. I could do drop shipping. Okay? I could be a speaker, a consultant. I could do so much. You got me over here learning banks and algorithms and all the stuff that I got. It's so much. Not saying that I looked into being a scammer. Also, if you're thinking I did because I'm Nigerian, that's kind of racist. But the point is, scamming is not easy, and it makes me angry. It's not fair.
It really is. It's like you have to watch this. You got to have someone running money for you. Make sure you trust the guy. If he's going to run off with your money, you got to end his life. It's like oh, this is so much extra stuff.
You never know when you're going to get caught and if it's ever going to actually work out.
At that point, just get a job.
For real.
Be way easier.
A job and a low cost of living. There you go.
Bro, you could be a garbage guy, a fast food worker. Says something. It's like be homeless. I don't know.
Exactly.
All seems way easier.
Just be honest.
Crazy.
Y'all have got to stop letting people drop these fraudulent checks in y'all account. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you keep dropping these fraudulent checks in your accounts. Wells Fargo, you're dropping fake checks in your account. Chase, you're dropping fraudulent checks in your account. What's going to happen is you're going to get put in a system called Check Systems. This bureau actually reports your banking history. So all these banks are pretty much communicating with each other. So if you put a fraudulent check in Wells Fargo, they're hopping over to Chase and telling Chase, hey, don't bank with them because they're dropping fraudulent checks. So if you have had this happen to you where you couldn't open a bank account because of banking history, then make sure you contact me because I can actually get that removed just by using a couple of dispute methods. But basically, it's very, very important for you to get that banking history removed so you can actually open new bank accounts or, some people are trying to get Navy Federal. You'll be able to open a Navy Federal once you get this disputed off of your report. So whatever you're not going to see it on your credit report. You're going to see it on your banking history report, which is called Check Systems or sometimes even early warnings. So if this is you and you've been struggling to open a bank account, make sure you book a consultation. The link is in my bio. That's the fastest way to contact me. But yeah, you guys, I just had to tell y'all really quick because I had this client that said that they let somebody put a fraudulent check in their account saying that it was totally fine. Y'all, that's not totally fine. But make sure you contact me and book a consultation in the link in the bio if you need further help.
That's the craziest part. Is putting a check in someone else's account. Why would you put your check in my account? Go to a check casting place. Go to your bank.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make any sense.
And also, who is this lady? Is she like a lawyer or something?
I think she's like she's the approval goddess. She's the god of approvals, credit approvals.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like you would be able to do this yourself.
Yeah, you would.
Don't be trusting everybody on the internet just giving them your money.
Someone's always trying to tell you say something.
And even then, like, you would want to know the process and what they have to do. So then at that point, you would learn it and then you could just do it yourself.
Yeah, this ain't no like, oh hey, can I use your phone to call my mom or something? This is, hey, can I put my financial stuff into your financial stuff? Trust me, it's nothing weird. Like, huh?
Yeah. No. No, thank you.
Cash my check for me? No.
Crazy.
That's why I don't fuck with the credit cards. That's why I wouldn't swipe. That's why you have runners. You have runners because if you get caught with during a credit card swipe, they will hit you with if it's a conspiracy, you really fuck. But conspiracy, identity fraud, forgery, and bank fraud.
Wow.
You get 3 charges in one. Why would I do that just to go for some clothes when I can just get hit with bank fraud and make 50 to 100,000 in one play?
But when somebody who's running for you or who's doing purchases for you, when they get caught, what is the motivation for them to not snitch when they're going to get totally fucked?
Yeah. I mean, only thing I can say is some money. You feel me?
Right.
Because it's just like, okay, well, you take me down, I can just pay you. You know what I'm saying? And you be straight. I mean, because you're still going to jail. That's why.
I'm not going to jail for some pocket change of a bigger thing. I'm not supposed to run off with all the money at that point.
And the bigger amount that you steal, the bigger your charge is going to be.
For real.
Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, oh man, I'm part of the cartel. I get arrested for cartel stuff. I might snitch.
Yeah.
Actually, don't snitch to the cartel. That's actually a really bad thing for your life. Don't think about it. Don't do it.
Just don't do
Don't
any
do
of
it.
this, really.
Don't do crime. And don't be a runner for crime either. That's ridiculous.
You don't want to do it.
I hear the more people you put into your crime, the worse your chances are to get caught. Because someone will snitch.
Yeah.
So just don't do it overall.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say. Long video because of long videos.
Well, thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Please tell down in the comments how you feel about fraud.
Yeah.
You know? Tell me if you committed fraud. I will not tell the FBI. Trust me. You can trust me. I'm a random guy on the internet. You can trust me.
Pay us also.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.